Hello, YouTube and the World Wide Web. This is day 2, and yes, yesterday was, more like last night was relapse night, where I gave into the substance of trouble, which is the synthetic marijuana. Let me see, where do I want to go? Let me say this. If it was the kind of thing where I could smoke a little bit, get high for a little while, and then just ride out the rest of the day, I'd be okay. If it was the kind of thing where I could leave it to the side until it was the final thing I did at the end of the day and just have a little bit, that's okay. But it's highly addictive stuff, and I find myself just hitting it until I'm out. And that's a problem. It gets really expensive. You go through a lot, and there's also the health concerns involved with this stuff. Another thing is that I don't know about other people's bodies, but my body develops tolerance for it real quick. And so when the tolerance for a substance gets higher, you have to use more, and when you use more, it becomes more of a problem. And it takes more to give the initial effect. And then finally, there's the phase that made me stop and go, okay, I need to stop this shit, get away from it, medicate myself with weed when I need to, because there's the point where you smoke some, you feel high for a little bit, and then you wind up sleeping for hours and hours. And that's the point where I see there is no point in doing something like this, because you smoke it, you high for maybe 5 minutes, and then you pass out asleep. And it's a very scary, deep kind of sleep, too, where if another person was in the room and they tried to wake you and you wouldn't wake you, whoa, they'd freak out. I've actually been around a couple people who've gone into that phase after smoking, and yeah, it's kind of scary. They don't respond, and then when they do come out of it, it was like it never happened. They have no clue. People surrounded by them, paramedics, whatever, and they had no clue what happened. But, yeah, I mean, in my case, I'm still aware of what happened and what I've done. It's just that when you spend the most part of 24 hours, maybe half hour at a time, up, high, and then sleeping for 3 hours at a time, that's terrible. That's bad news. So, yeah, today, definitely last night was a relapse night. Today, I'm calling it a relapse day because, it was a situation where when I woke up earlier today, I had some left, and it's like, I don't really have anything to do until I have to be at work at 4. So I went through the process of smoking a little bit, then going to sleep for a few hours, waking up, and man, talk about wasting time. I mean, at least if I'm up, I'm doing something, but something like that, and my body doesn't need that kind of rest. I don't think it does. And even if it does, I can't be influenced by the synthetic marijuana. It can't be induced. Yes, induced by the synthetic marijuana, because it's just not healthy. It's not good. But, yeah. So, yeah, and, every time I make a video like this, with these addiction confessions, or saying things that I shouldn't be saying, or just putting images of myself making these videos, it's just saying, free shots! Free shots, come on, who's at it? And this is one of the really interesting things about people. Here I am, setting myself up. Free shots. Anyone who wants it, have at it. Knowing that, to a certain extent, I can take that kind of punishment. But, yeah, when someone opens himself completely for that sort of thing, not too many people move in on it. But when you have someone that's just doing their thing and don't want to be made fun of about how they look or how they do things or whatever, and they'll make a video or post an image and, think it'll be okay, and then it's just this ruthless bombardment of person after person just shaming, embarrassing, and you know what? There's a person setting up free shots so those haters can have someone that they can put that negative attention towards. But instead they turn to someone who doesn't want to get hit. But yeah, it's one of those interesting things in human nature. I've been kind of scattered-brained. I'm tired. Yes, I am sober because, well, I just finished work and I don't smoke at work. Um, but yeah, I got a burrito waiting, and it's a relapse night because, well, I have some resin I can scrape up. And good thing about that is that once I'm out of the resin, I am out. And yeah, interesting times. This is one of those moments where, no, my mind isn't blank. It is just overflowing with thoughts and words and things I could say to finish off this video with, but it's just so much coming at once that it all gets clogged in the drain and nothing gets through, except for the few things saying it's at the tip of my tongue. So, on this night, well, I'm gonna call it a video. Hope you enjoy yourselves, and yeah, stuff getting clogged in that drain right now, so I'm gonna call it here, and have a good night. Ta.